What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening last night. Let's have some fun today. I'm going to go slow in this show. I'm going to let people get into the building. We got 15 people that I can see so far. Shots out to you. Let me say what's good to the people that are here. Jose Lopez in the building. Gabe Toss in the building. Barbara D, what's going on? Ray Wallace. Hey, the day is good because I saw Barbara D. Ray Wallace in the building. What's going on? All things. Kodak in the building. Mr. Mileage. Ray Wallace. Kentrell LeGroux. Gilbert Jimenez. Lee Jackson. Branson. Nicole. Oh, man. So, Errol Spence is teasing a comeback. Deion. Oh, man, y'all going to make me talk about the young boys, dog. Y'all going to make me talk about the young boys today. I don't want to talk about the young boys. Why Kid Austin trying to duck Draymond? Why Draymond? Why Drawmont trying to duck Gary Antoine Russell? Your boy, hey, oh, you're very welcome. Seriously, Barbara D. Makes my day seeing you. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I can't help if it's lagging. Delayed. Somebody says Branson. That might be you, man. I don't know, man. We'll see. Hopefully. Jose Lopez in the building. What's going on, man? How you feeling? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah. He got out of there on Gary Antoine Russell. I'm not trying to hear Drawmont. Drawmont got to fight Gary Antoine Russell. I'm promoting only certain fighters, man. I'm riding with certain fighters this year. Gary Antoine Russell, I know he's not a perfect fighter, but damn, what's going on, Keith Phillips? How you feeling, man? Track Life Productions in the building. What's up? We are ready for the return of the big fish. I need the return of the big fish. We need the return of the big fish. Yes, we do. Boxing needs the big fish. Boxing needs the big fish more than boxing has ever needed the big fish. Said it's your Wi-Fi. Hey, yeah, I know it is. I mean, you know, hey. Brass, I think that shit might be yours, man. Who do I think Spence is going to fight? Probably somebody difficult. I don't know. Somebody like Jesus Ramos, probably. Or somebody, I don't know, man. Tony Harrison would be good. Tony Harrison ain't about to put no whooping on nobody. You know, Tony Harrison would be good. I'll take him against anybody, honestly, man. I can't really speak on who it would be. I can't speak on it. Somebody with the PBC and somebody that is, you know, I don't know, maybe a Jose Ramirez would probably be fun to watch. Jose Ramirez, if he can't beat Jose Ramirez, then he should probably sit down. But Jose Ramirez is at 147? This is at 154. Yeah, I don't know, man. Man, I don't want to talk. I'm going to tell you right now. So I don't know who he's going to fight, man. I don't know who he's going to fight. I know that I don't want to talk about Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I guess I do want to talk about Teofimo Lopez today. I do want to talk about Shakur Stevenson today. But there's just not a lot of buzz for that fight, man. You know, I know they say that all those tickets are sold. You know, I don't know about that. But at the same time, there's not a lot of urgency in this fight for people. It's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's a good fight. It is a fight that is a meaningful fight for sure. You know what I mean? It's a meaningful fight. But we need the big fish back, bro. We need the big fish back. Especially with Gervonta's situation so up in the air. You know, we need the big fish back. We need the big fish back. Also, what's up, Cornelius Benefit? Cornelius Burnett. Barbara D said, we definitely need the big fish. I certainly hope his return is successful so that these naysayers can shut up. Yeah, I mean, the naysayers are never going to shut up. I don't think. And actually, man, I don't really mind the naysayers right now. There's just, you know, that's what makes the fight so big. What I really want to see is I want to see a return of the fight fans that are fans of Errol Spence to the sport. I want to see a return of the fight fans of Deontay Wilder back into the sport. You know what I mean? It's an interesting thing when you have a lot of boxing channels that are really wishy-washy with fighters. So they ride with a fighter when they're good, and when they're down, they ignore the fighter completely, or they go with the other side because they figured, oh, the other side's gonna win. I see what's going on, so let me jump ship and go to the other side. You know, the people that switch up on you. The people that switch up on you are only there so they could switch up on you. You know what I mean? And the truth of the matter is they were only with Errol because they had switched up on somebody else before, probably Keith Thurman or somebody like that, you know, in the big debate that used to take place between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. So, I mean, of the people that I want to see Errol fight, I think Errol could steal boxing. I think they could steal boxing with the fight between he and Keith Thurman. It's just that Keith Thurman is on that route that looks like it's going to wind up getting him knocked out and seriously hurt. Oh, man, thank you. Hey, man, thank you so much, Josh Lopez. I truly appreciate your support, bro. Hold on one second, man. There's the Cash App. Thank you so much. Yeah, people are funny. Jose Lopez in the building. Thank you, brother. Said not much, but you're the only a channel that I pay. Thank you, Jose Lopez. No, that's a lot, bro. A $10 holler dog. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, bro. Oh no, man. I think that the fight with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman will be a terrific fight. That's the fight that I still think, because both of these guys still act like they want to be active. Both of them are in shape. Both of them look like they're, you know, those guys have a history. They're relatively the same age. They have taken, you know, I mean, Errol in his, in his personal life, and Errol in the ring is probably taken more. Fanon, what is that blue symbol? Is that a new branch symbol? I don't know what you're talking about. What blue symbol? I don't know what blue symbol you're talking about. What blue symbol? I don't know what you mean. I don't see a blue symbol. I'm about to get this shit out of my face though, bro. Yeah, I don't see a blue symbol. Yeah, I don't know what that blue symbol. I don't know what blue symbol you're talking about is. Let me know what you mean. Where do you see this blue symbol? What's going on, Solar? How you feeling this time morning, brother? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, I don't know what your blue symbol is. I don't know what blue symbol you're talking about is. But anyway, man. So, let me put this up here. Let me put these comments up here. Yeah, let me do something. Oh, so yeah. The most exciting fights that I got so far. Man, I'm kind of stumped. Put some comments in the comment section, man. Let me ask some questions, man. Because I don't know how far I'm going to be able to take this conversation today, man. Because honestly, dude, I really want to talk about some other things, bro. There's a blue symbol where the wrench used to be. Let me look. Let me look. I still see a wrench. I just still see a wrench. Looks like you seeing something. I think you may be seeing something that I think you might be seeing something. Hey, what's going on, Andre Smith? How you feeling, man? Yeah, all I see is a wrench. I went back and looked, and all I see is a wrench, man. That's all I see is a wrench, bro. All I see is a wrench. I can't speak on it. So anyway, man, I'm waiting till we get 200 people in the building, man. Maybe this is too dry of a subject to get 200 people, man. I seen Bernie the Boxing. What? I seen Bernie the Boxer go off on him for calling him a hype man. Bernie the Boxer's a lot more than a hype man, bro. He's a lot better. He's a lot better than a hype man, bro. He's a lot more than a hype man. I think that's very unfair to call Bernie the Boxer a hype man. Bernie the Boxer is a trainer. You know what I mean? Now, he was hyping up. He was hyping up Terrence Crawford. But I don't think that means Terrence Crawford. That doesn't mean that he's a hype man. I think that is very, very unfair. I think that's unfair to say. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Black Fawn said, do your thing, man. It's your show. Yeah, man. You know, I mean, I just wait for people to come on, man. I just wait for people to come on, man. Boxing's just really slow right now. So we have you have Turkey Al-Sheikh and this fantasy called Turkey Al-Sheikh. this fantasy called Turkey Al-Sheikh that really fucking got boxing looking terrible, man. And I just really want the PBC to get back fighting, man. And I'd rather talk about old fights right now. Said, who was just talking, man? He was just joking. Who was just joking? I don't know who you're talking about, who somebody's just joking. Would to see Bomb Squad and EJ back at it, but only if they really into it. I think, yeah, that's true. That's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. I can understand why you would say that. If they're not really going to be into it, don't come back. But I think these guys I think we could really use it. Because, I mean, look, what are the hot divisions in boxing right now? In the hottest divisions in boxing, we don't really have any big names. And it doesn't look like we're going to have any big names for a while. Contrell said boxing ain't shit without the PBC. I mean, it's suffering very badly without the PBC. In my own personal opinion, it's suffering badly without the PBC. That's all. That's the way that I see it. I see it being in a situation where there's fights that, you know, when they get in the ring are good fights, but there's no real big events that are just, you know, naturally big events that are occurring with people that know how to promote those naturally big events. Now, to get it off of pay-per-view would be a great thing. But when they said that they wanted to get rid of the PBC because the PBC was putting things on pay-per-view, they wound up just putting everything on pay-per-view. And even if it is on pay-per-view, you know, the pay-per-views themselves are not, I mean, it's good from the perspective of somebody that lives in Great Britain. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a British fight fan, I can understand why you would say that boxing right now is in a really terrific point of view, in a really great place, you know, because of the fact that you get so many British fighters that get so much attention, you know. But at the same time, man, it leaves a big gap in the sport of boxing. It leaves a big, big gap. And the big gap is for the Black American fan and the Mexican fan, to tell you the truth, because one of the big damages that they've done is that they have taken, look what they've done with Canelo. Canelo Alvarez is the biggest Mexican star. Probably, who would you say is the second biggest Mexican star after Canelo Alvarez? Like, serious question. Who would you think is the second biggest Mexican star after Canelo Alvarez? For me, I would say that is David Benavidez. Hey, thank you, Nicole, man. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole, for the $5 holler. Nicole, thank you so much. Nicole says, personal, let me see. Oh, for flowers. Oh, golden red flowers. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, so David Benavidez. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, so like David Benavidez is the second most powerful Mexican fighter, second most popular Mexican fighter. And he also is not fighting in the United States. He went to go fight in Saudi Arabia, where there is no fans there. It's just strictly for the money. You know what I mean? So it's gonna have the effect, a very chilling effect on the boxing economies of Bro, you've asked me the same question multiple times. I'm not going to answer it. Thank you very much. You got to put, if you want to ask that question, put it in the super chat, okay? And then I'll give you my opinion. All right? I don't want to talk about him today. And so I'm not going to. I do now that we've got 100 people in the building, and it took a while to get 100 people in the building. Very low attendance today in the live stream. Because I'm not talking about, I guess I'm not talking about something that is so current. He said, David Benavidez threw Mexican man since Canelo. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think he's probably the second most popular Mexican fighter. Third most popular Mexican fighter right now is probably who? Who would you say is the third most popular Mexican fighter right now? I would say is probably Bam Rodriguez. You're rolling with Jay. Who's Jay? Zulu Line. Who's Jay? Right. Oh, Pitbull. Yeah. Pitbull. Yeah, I'm sorry. Pitbull. Yeah, so Pitbull. Yeah, Pitbull. Then probably, Ryan, then Pitbull. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about Ryan Garcia. So it's probably Canelo than Ryan Garcia. I don't know. Ryan Garcia or David Benavidez. I don't know. Ryan Garcia, David Benavidez. Yeah, I forgot all about Virgil. Yeah, I forgot about Virgil, bro. I forgot about Virgil. I did. Forgot about Virgil. I forgot about Virgil. So let me order these up, man. So who would they be? They would be top Mexican fighters. So one is Canelo. Two is who? You say, I say David Benavidez, but you say Ryan. Ryan probably. I give Ryan over that. Then David. Or is it Pitbull? David Pitbull, David Pitbull. I wonder which one of the two. Yeah, let me do something, man. Let me do something. Canelo, Ryan, Virgil, Benavidez, Bam. Yeah, I think Pitbull might be up there too. So Pitbull, but of Canelo, Virgil, and Benavidez are all DAZN. Ryan, they're all DAZN actually. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the network game, bro. Better question would be most accomplished. Why would that be a better question? Why would that be a better question? The most accomplished. I'm not interested in it. I want to know who the biggest draws are because I want to know who it is that people want to see fight. I'm not interested in having an argument about who's most accomplished. That's not the question that I want. That's not a better question because I don't want to know the answer to that. I want to know who the biggest draws are of Mexican fighters right now. That's what I want to know because that's what I'm interested in. It may be a better question for you if you're more interested in that, but I'm not more interested in that. I want to know the state of Mexican boxing, and at least 3 of them are hidden behind. Mr. Holmes, has Benavidez headlined? Yeah, David Benavidez headlined. If I recall correctly, David Benavidez, Devin Haney fought on David Benavidez's undercard when he fought Anthony Yarde, didn't he? Wasn't Brian Norman? Didn't Devin Haney fight on the undercard of Brian Norman, Anthony Yarde? I think so. Pretty sure. Then you have to say Bam or Ryan. I don't know what I would have to say Bam or Ryan. I don't know if I have to say Bam or Ryan on that. I don't know. I don't think Bam or Ryan. After Canelo, I don't know. Pitbull is pretty popular Mexican fighter, man. Pitbull is a pretty popular Mexican fighter. For now, I might be wrong, but I think a lot of fighters let the PBC down by not. Look, I don't think that the fighters let the PBC down. I think Showtime let PBC down because PBC has not been the same since they lost that Showtime contract. Really, I mean, to be honest, it's like Top Rank hasn't been the same in a long time, bro, because Top Rank wasn't making anything but in-house fights. PBC lost their network, so that's pretty much what happened, man. If you want to be honest about it, you know, which is why I'm about to just do something different here, bro. Hold on. Yeah, anyway. What's up, Dangerous Desire Bullies? How you feeling this fine morning, brother? Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. So anyway, man, I hope Deontay Wilder doesn't mess up his stuff, bro. I really hope he doesn't, dog. I really hope Deontay Wilder does not mess up. If Deontay Wilder loses to Derek Chisora, bro, I'm going to be so fucking sick. Did you hear that Deontay Wilder is going to be fighting Derek Chisora? Should be. Shout out to Brunch Boxing. That Derek Chisora should be fighting. That Deontay Wilder is probably going to be fighting Derek Chisora before he fights Alexander Usyk. Man, I swear to God, bro, if Deontay Wilder loses to Derek Chisora, dog, I'm going to be sick to death. Even though I don't think that there's too much of a chance of that, because if there's any fighter in boxing that's already washed up, it is Derek Chisora going for his 50th fight, bro. But I got to tell you, man, I'm kind of happy for Derek Chisora. I think Derek Chisora is a good dude, man. Derek Chisora seems like he's one of the real ones. Hey, it's payday today, though. Yeah, man, it's payday. Sometimes life is good, bro. I love payday, don't you? What's going on, Ruben? Like we said, me too for 9. We really need Bomb Squad. Man, I'm just so fucking amped up that he can get back in the ring. Please do not lose to Derek fucking Chisora. All right? That's all I'm saying. Please do not lose to Derek Chisora. That's all I'm saying. Please don't lose to Derek Chisora. Just like Shakur Stevenson, please don't lose to Teofimo Lopez. If Shakur Stevenson loses to Teofimo Lopez, Black American boxing is dead. Let me repeat, bro. Let me repeat. If Derek Chisora, if Shakur Stevenson loses to Teofimo Lopez, Black American boxing is dead. And we're going to need a revival, dog, somehow, some way, bro. Because as of right now, dog, it's like for the first time ever, I will say, the Black American boxing is in a slump, bro. It's in a slump. Did Wilder lose his last fight? No, he did not. He won by knockout, Ajay. Don't do that. Yes, dog, the fate of all Black American boxing rests upon the shoulder of Shakur Stevenson and that crew of loudmouth Negroes that all were known as the Bud Buddies. Without a doubt. It's the future of American boxing and all that stuff rests upon them, bro. Because those are the ones that are talking all that shit, bro. Yes, they are. Give me 1 second, man. I'm going to switch up the title on this video because it's restrictive, obviously. Give me 1 second. Let me give me 1 second, man. Let me see something. Oh, let's see something. Oh, man. Black folk are resilient, never dead, just building up for the Big Bang. Look, bro. Look, man, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We need a dog. All the good ones lost, bro. All the ones that everybody was rooting for lost, or went silent, bro. And the ones that are good are all jackasses, dog. Look what happened. Look at happened to Terrence Crawford, bro. Terrence Crawford gets to the top of the hill. Terrence Crawford walks off. Fanon. Hey, Black Americans, do we really have boots? Do we really have serious question, man? Serious question. Do we really have boots? Black America has boots. Do we really have boots? Or does UK boxing have boots? You see what I'm saying? Unless you got a real prominent black promoter, I mean, that's doing his thing, bro. I mean, it just like we don't have a black promoter, bro. We don't have a black promoter selling fights, bro, really pushing fights, man. It's just funny to me, dog. It's funny to me, bro. It's funny to me. I just wonder if I should start acting like these Europeans and saying and just talking to being that boxing is dead, bro. But boxing is not dead. Women's boxing is doing very well. You have Clarissa Shields. She's doing very well. You have Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is very interesting. There's a lot of very fun things going on in the sport of boxing right now. But I don't know, Ruben Langford. We have the best boxer in boots. I do believe that. I do believe we have the best fighters, though. They will all come back. Time will show they effed up. Hey, man, we'll see, man. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Man, this is just, Andre, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Let me see something. I experimented for this live stream. I don't want to experiment anymore, bro. Give me 1 second. Hold on, huh? Give me a second. Hey, man, thank you, Patrick Dorsey. No, oh, no, I won't. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you. I won't say anything. Sorry, my bad. I read it slow. Bro, thank y'all so much for that support, bro. Appreciate you, man. That's big in the Cash App, dog. Thank you, man. I won't shout you out, bro, but I really do appreciate you, dog. Really. Wilder said he wants to tune up against Chisora before Usyk. That makes sense, though. When you say it's a tune up, all I'm saying is, man, Derek Chisora, bro. Derek Chisora is not going to prepare you for Alexander Usyk. That's when all I'm saying is that, dog. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that Wilder needs to retire before he gets hurt, and EJ ain't tricking me out of my money again. I don't know why you gamble on boxing anyway. GT, if I was you, I wouldn't gamble on boxing. No joke, bro. I wouldn't do it. I would never do it, bro. I tell people that shit in a second, dog. They will absolutely positively. God dang, man. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to change the subject of this video. Give me a second. I'm changing the subject matter of this video. It's just not getting any traction. So I will change it. Give me a second. I hope I don't get shadow banned because of that shit I said yesterday. I hope I don't get shadow banned because of what I said yesterday, bro. By the way, man, let me tell you, man, I would like to cancel. Let me see this. All right, hold on one second. Let me refresh this. Give me 1 second. All right, wait. All right, I'm back. Anyway, the way to gamble is to never take over rounds on a Canelo and Bud fight not winning. Look, bro, if I was y'all, I just would not bet on boxing. I would not bet on boxing, bro. No joke, bro. I wouldn't do it. I wonder what's going on with my live stream today, man. I hope I didn't get any trouble for that shit I did yesterday. Man, because this is just weird as shit, bro. It's like unnaturally low viewership in this. The way to gamble, I don't bet much on boxing. Now, I wouldn't bet in boxing. I wouldn't bet on boxing at all, bro. I really wouldn't, bro. If I was y'all, I would not bet on boxing. If I was y'all, I would stay away from betting on boxing. That's me. I would stay away from betting on boxing. Dang near like all costs, bro. You know what I mean? I would do that shit at like all costs. Wonder why my notifications or something didn't go out today, man. This is unusually low. And it's like disturbing. There should be at least another 100 people in here. This is really, really weird, bro. You said I usually get notification for the live. Let me do something. Let me come out and come back in, bro, because I think something might have happened. Let me do something. I'm gonna come back out. Anyway, I'll just ride with it, bro. It is what it is. I usually get the notification for the live, but not this morning. Yeah, I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. So seriously, bro. Not the pull out now. What's the pull out? Now, I'm not, I mean, it is what it is, but now it's just weird, man. It's just a weird thing. That usually doesn't happen like this. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because I did go on really late yesterday, bro. No, I'm not saying anything like shadow ban or anything. It's not like somebody can't find it. It's not like that. I'm just saying that it's just really weird. This is the lowest it's been in a very long time. And I did say something yesterday that I regret. So anyway, I don't even know if we're going to get to 200. I'm going to wait a while and just see, maybe negotiate. Maybe the shit just didn't go out or whatever. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I messed up because I went like really late yesterday. That's probably what it is. I messed up and went like really late yesterday. So I can't do that. Actually, I don't even think I started at 10. I started like even later than that yesterday. Yeah, I messed up the schedule. I got to be a lot more disciplined on the schedule. That's my bad. And I apologize for y'all. I really do apologize to y'all. But I'm just going to stay put here for a while and just wait. What's going on, Divine Intelligence? Anyway, let me view something on YouTube just to make sure that I know it says. Yeah, that shit is not changing. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. That's weird. Anyway, man. It is what it is. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, hopefully I didn't enjoy this live. Yeah. Anyway, man, I'm having a good time. I appreciate y'all supporting the chat. Nuke, I wanted to ask you and Cade and the Pistons make the Bulls are going to win a championship this year. I'm not trying to hear that shit. The Bulls. What's up, Marcus the Villain? Yeah, see, Marcus the Villain is here now. How does the Shakur and Teo fight break down? Oh, I'll break down the Shakur Teo fight. Thank you for asking me a question and let me continue to ride on this. My personal belief is the way that it plays out is Shakur Stevenson. The things that Shakur Stevenson has to do is Shakur has to be Shakur. He has to control the distance. He has to be able to. He has to occasionally take the lead, force Teofimo Lopez to fight the fight that Shakur Stevenson wants him to fight. If Shakur gets Teofimo to fight the fight that Shakur Stevenson wants to fight, then he's just going to pick Teofimo Lopez apart. If Teofimo Lopez can pressure Shakur Stevenson, get Shakur Stevenson into exchanges and really press on him and make Shakur Stevenson fight out of character, then I think Teofimo Lopez has a chance to win the fight. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think that you have a legitimate chance to win the fight as long as you do not let Shakur Stevenson get comfortable at all. If you let him get comfortable at all, it's just going to be a long ass night for him. And he can wind up getting beat up real bad and he can wind up getting embarrassed. Teofimo Lopez usually is somebody that fights to the level of his competition, and a lot of times I just wonder if Teofimo Lopez really does rely on if Teofimo Lopez actually relies on the game plan that he sets ahead of the fight, or whether he's just kind of going through it and trying to figure it out as he goes along. And I think that because Shakur Stevenson is so fundamentally sound that he's able to adapt more easily to different approaches from fighters because he's so fundamentally sound. But at the same time, he's very, very elusive and he's very, very talented. So again, I just think that the most important thing for Teofimo Lopez is for Teofimo Lopez to make sure that Shakur Stevenson stays uncomfortable and preferably stays against the ropes. If you can keep Shakur Stevenson out of the center of the ring and you can keep his back on the ropes, you're going to have a lot more chance to have success landing shots. And even if, you wind up only landing like jabs and shots to the arms and things like that, I mean, as long as you can land them with significant enough, man, you got a better chance. But I can't lie, bro. I got my guy Shakur winning this fight. I do. And I think Shakur is getting a lot of publicity as being one of the best fighters in the sport. And this is an opportunity for him to show it. Because, he's not in there with the soft touch because Teofimo Lopez, is one of the best fighters at the weight division, and he's the most accomplished fighter in the weight division. I think that's very safe to say that he's the most accomplished fighter in that weight division. So, yeah, man, it's a real good opportunity for Teofimo Lopez, but at the same time, it's also a very it's supposed to be the coronation of Shakur Stevenson, to tell you the truth. That's what it's really supposed to be, bro. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the coronation of Shakur Stevenson. And we'll see if it is. Kerr is going to have to take something. Look, man, I think Shakur Stevenson just got to be Shakur Stevenson. I think he just needs to be himself, man. That's it, man. I don't think he really has to do much difference. I don't think he has to really do much difference, man. Do much different than just be himself and continue You know, I don't think he needs to do what he did with Zepeda. When he fought Zepeda, I think he was way too. I mean, he got into a lot of exchanges with Zepeda, and he was able to get the advantage on Zepeda. But Zepeda's doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as. I mean, to compare William Zepeda with Teofimo Lopez is very, very hard thing to do because they're so different. I mean, even the problems that the relative, and there was very little problem that William Zepeda gave to Shakur Stevenson. Very little problems. The very little problems that he gave him, I don't think that those can be replicated by Teofimo Lopez. You know, Zulu Lion says at 140, Teofimo Lopez is better. I mean, I think Teofimo Lopez is I mean, he's great at 135. He was exceptional at 135. I mean, he hit a snag, right? He hit a snag with George Kambosos. And, he probably didn't even belong at that weight class at the time that he caught that snag, So it is what it is. He caught a snag. You know what I'm saying? He caught a snag. What I want to talk about is this shit. Hold on. Let me look at this shit, man. Hold on 1 second. For now, what you think about Zufa Boxing? Honestly, man, I am gonna reserve my opinion about Zufa Boxing until I see what Zufa Boxing does. Because, man, I might fuck with Zufa Boxing, man, for real. I don't know. I'm thinking about fucking with Zufa Boxing. I think I am. I mean, seriously, man. I'm thinking that I might. I mean, really, from what I see right now, there's not a lot there, but they have a lot that they can do, right? They have a lot that they can do. So I might actually want to support Zufa Boxing. I don't want to support TKO. I don't want to support a league. But if Zufa Boxing is going to be putting on boxing events and they're going to be able to have, good fights on a regular basis, hey, man, I don't have a problem with Zufa Boxing. If Dana White can do his thing the way that boxing is operating now, and he can be a significant American promoter, I don't have a problem with it. Just because, I'm not going to be against Zufa Boxing just because I'm not going to be against it just for the fucking being against it. Excuse my language. That's not what I'm not going to do that. Let's put it that way. I'm going to be, I'm going to watch and I'm going to look and I'm going to see, man, because honestly, man, I don't really trust anybody in boxing right about now, and it just depends on what's going on with the PBC as well. A lot of the PBC's fighters are older now. They're definitely not fighting very often. What's going on, Dapper Douglas? How you feeling, man? They're definitely not fighting very often. But are they willing to work with the PBC and Matchroom and Golden Boy? I don't trust Dana's ass. Well, look, man, I don't know. But, necessity is the mother of invention, man. All I'm saying is, look, man, I'm not going to shit on them just out the gate because I haven't seen what they're doing, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it. I'm not. It's Dana White and Turkey Freaky Sheiky. Well, look, I don't know, David White. What's going on, David Lynch? I don't know if Turkey Al-Sheikh is really involved in TKO. I don't know if he is or if he's not. It doesn't, I don't know if he is or if he's not. From what I understand, it's a secret investment fund. So, if they get their act right and they're not stealing people's money and we can put some fights on and have some conversations around boxing that have some energy to them, that are not dominated by bots, I'm okay with anything that gets rid of these fucking bots, bro. I'm not lying, bro. I am okay with almost anything that will get rid of these bots that can generate a good, honest boxing conversation with fans that like boxing. And if we can get somebody to be big enough to create a real conversation around fights, we keep hearing about all of these numbers that people are getting paid, all the impressions people are doing and how great, but it doesn't feel like it. You see what I'm saying? You know when Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao was fighting, bro, it was a real buzz about the fight, about the sport of boxing, outside of what these YouTube content creators and myself included was saying about the fight. It's like at this point in time, the whole conversation is driven by social media conversations that do not really include just everyday people that like the sport of boxing. So like the necessity to get rid of these bots, man, is like it's just because it's like it's drowning, man. Boxing needs a laxative, man. No joke. Say safety and fairness first. What is that? What do you mean by safety and fairness first? Enlighten me, brother. What do you mean by that? Okay, see, there you go. They just didn't want to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I remember for the first John Jones versus Daniel Cormier fight, DC got $80K to show and $80K to win for the title. He lost and only got $80K, but the pay-per-view sold so much, Dana sent DC $1 million the next day. Hey, man, if you got another $1 million, that's what's up. Hey, you say, hey, here's a bonus, man. It made some money. Look, bro, I don't know enough about. First of all, let me tell you something about these MMA people. And now that I got almost 200 people, look, bro, I said some stuff about people that are, like the same dudes and all of that. Bro, I don't hate y'all. I really don't, man. And I apologize for saying that. I kind of went in at the end of the video yesterday. I don't really mean that. I really don't hate y'all. I don't mean that. I just get tired of certain people that keep throwing that shit in my face. And I'm speaking specifically of certain people. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time because I might have put some of y'all off. Please, I apologize if I put y'all off because I went too hard. Because, what y'all do in your personal lives and what I do in my personal life ain't anybody's business, bro. But sometimes people just get overboard with it. So my apologies, man. I wanted to put that out there. Shakur won't fight Teo like he did his last fight. He will go back and catch and shoot. That means Teo's going to be frustrated. Teo's best bet is to go to the body all night long and go for the KO late. I mean, that would be, hey, I think he's going to have to hit him in his body, bro. I think he's going to have to. Ruben Langford said, true that. Yeah, I just want to let you know, man. I was just really frustrated because certain people just do too much. You know what I mean? They do too much, and I just flew, you know what I mean? Sorry I flew off on y'all. I didn't call you out your name. But I really did try to insult him, and I didn't mean to insult anybody beyond the person I meant to insult. And even that was immature of me, and so please accept my apology, and I truly mean that. I apologize. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that because that's not how I really feel. I don't hate you. Don't hate y'all at all. Seriously, I really don't. What people do is what people do. That's not – it's just, I was just trying to be hurtful as I could. Because the dude got on my fucking nerves. I just want to let you know. I was being, he said, you hurt me. GT said, you hurt me deeply. Hey, look, if I hurt you deeply, I apologize for hurting you deeply, bro. On God, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to certain people get on my goddamn nerves, man. So I flew off on them. And, my apologies, man. Seriously. Bro, if you clowning, I'm gonna toss you, bro. Like seriously, GT, don't clown. I'm gonna have to throw you out. Please don't. Damn, I hope it was me. My bad, bro. It wasn't me. No, it wasn't you. I'm talking about some shit I said about people that like men. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't talking about anything other than that. I was saying some shit about Ray Davis. I talked about Ray Davis like a dog, and so I basically went overboard. Because, sometimes I go overboard when I get upset. So, you know what I mean? Marcus Villain said, when you get harassed every day, can't blame you. Like, I'm serious, man. I went in on him, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, for real. You guys do too much, though, bro. Yeah, bro. That's what I was talking about, bro. I was just saying, man, I don't hate y'all, man. Seriously, I don't. I don't feel like that at all. Anyway, let's get back to driving this conversation about boxing because, man, I want to be excited about boxing. I really do. I really do. I really want to be excited about the sport of boxing. Shy BJ say you can't tell a man how to fight back. Yeah, I mean, honestly, but look, man, it is what it is. I'll drop the subject. I'm going to try my honest best never to do that again, because in the year of 2026, I'm trying to be more mature, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really trying to be mature. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to keep the conversation. I'm trying to find my space in boxing, right? I'm talking about more women's boxing. I'm talking about more of these young fighters that I'm not that necessarily interested in hearing talk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really having a hard time connecting myself with fighters like Shakur Stevenson. I'm having a hard time connecting with Keyshawn Davis. I'm having a hard time. Like, I can connect with them, some DC cats. I know them dudes. I can get with what they're about, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can get with Jaron Ennis, because Jaron Ennis just wants to beat you up and make some money. Very straightforward. You know what I mean? These guys just want to beat you up and take some money. We're in a social media era where people want to have, I mean, like, they're trying to be, they're on every single solitary social media show. So there's no mystery about them at all. You know what I mean? Like, there's no mystery about them because they're always talking. And the more they talk, there's the more reasons that you're like, because, like, I want to really like Keyshawn Davis. But Keyshawn Davis, I watched an interview of Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn Davis said some things where I'm like, you know, what you're saying, Keyshawn, quite honestly, bro, is kind of bizarre, man. You know what I mean? Like it is. I don't get it. I don't understand how these guys, like, I don't get why they share what they share. Let me put it that way. Hey, Fanon, what got me excited is seeing all these young kids learning how to box in gyms all over the country. Oh, man. Hey, what got me excited is seeing all these young kids learning how to box all over the country. Yes, beautiful. Now that is a hope, because there is more money in the sport of boxing, so maybe we can get it up. Maybe it'll come on. He said, U.S. still got Abdullah Mason coming up. Look, I need for y'all to step up the pace. I really do, bro. I really need for y'all to step up the pace, man. Step up the pace, man. Step up the pace. Man. Keyshawn is a scatterbrain. Keyshawn is a genius, man. Keyshawn is a brilliant man. Keyshawn is very intelligent, bro. He's a very smart guy, man. He's a very sensitive individual. Very intelligent individual. And he's also a very gifted athlete. The thing that is probably missing from Keyshawn Davis at the level that he's at, let me say it that way, at the level that he's at is the level of discipline that you need to have to be at that level. Take, for example, Terrence Crawford. Do you have any idea how disciplined Terrence Crawford had to be to stay at 135 pounds as long as Terrence Crawford stayed at 135 pounds? That takes an amazing, hey, what's going on, Don Balling? That takes an amazing amount of discipline to stay at a weight class that long, when you have to stay down at that weight that long. That means he has to watch what he's eating every day. He has to make sure that he's not drinking, that he's not smoking. He doesn't want to smoke because smoking gives you the munchies and you're going to eat more. Messes up your lungs. Alcohol dries up your body, dehydrates your organs, does all kind of stuff, right? You got to be disciplined about that in the face of that. You have to be able to get out there and run and do all that stuff every single solitary day. Even when you don't have a fight, you got to be keeping yourself in that type of physical condition to stay down at that weight. That's a very disciplined person. One thing that I will definitely say about Devin Haney is Devin Haney is an extraordinarily disciplined fighter. He may not be the best fighter in the world, the most exciting fighter in the world, but Devin Haney is an extraordinarily disciplined fighter. And that is why Devin Haney can be at the level that Devin Haney is at. Because Devin Haney is very, very disciplined. Very disciplined. Very, very, very disciplined. Gervonta Davis is having issues because of discipline. That Errol Spence Jr. had issues regarding discipline. Buzz supposed to have been moved out to 147 when Maidana and all of them was still fighting. Hey man, yeah, that may be true. Troy Hutch said, "Yep, I believe these guys. I believe the guys." Troy Hutch says, "Yep, I believe the guys that don't drink and smoke will always be hard to whoop. Bud don't drink or smoke. Ali never drank or smoked. Yeah, because it's a matter of discipline, man, and keeping your mind very, very focused. Yeah, to people that do that are typically very, very disciplined people. One of the things that I heard Alexander Usyk say, and I thought it was a very, very powerful thing that Alexander Usyk said. Alexander Usyk said that motivation is a great thing, but motivation is not what's going to get you there. Discipline is going to get you there. Feeling motivated is like sometimes you're going to feel motivated, sometimes you're not going to feel motivated. But if you stay consistent, then if you're disciplined, then you're always going to be there. You're always going to be structured when you're disciplined. Because sometimes you're not going to be motivated. Sometimes your best is not going to be there, right? So for me, that's the issue with Keyshawn Davis. And from what I hear, and what Bernie Davis, formerly known as Bernie the Boxer, who is not a hype man. That man is a very intelligent, and that's a very intelligent man that knows the sport of boxing. He's not the biggest fan of mine in the world, but I will give him and pay him enough respect to say that guy knows his boxing and is somebody that you should listen to. I mean, when he talked about Keyshawn Davis and the difference between, Keyshawn Davis and the people that were at, in the camp of Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, was the amount of consistency and discipline that he brought to the table. Not the amount of talent, the amount of skill, the amount of intelligence, or any of that. He said all of that stuff is through the roof, like Keyshawn says. You know what I mean? What's going on, man? Bruce Gass said Hagler partied like an animal, but he was a monk for 12 weeks before a fight. I didn't know that, man, that Hagler partied like an animal. I didn't know that, man. Shout out to Party. He's out there in Italy. Oh, man, I could only imagine, bro. Man. He was out there with the Italian women. Yeah, Devin may be spoiled, but Devin is very disciplined. Most of these fighters that are on steroids are very disciplined. Most of the fighters on steroids are disciplined. Because I don't think that you'll get caught if you're not disciplined. That's probably why some of these, you ever notice, let me see. Somebody should research and see what the correlation between somebody being fat and on juice getting caught and somebody that's not fat and on juice getting caught. Because I wonder if it's the ones that are already disciplined and in shape that don't get caught because they're disciplined and can stay with their regimen, with their regiment. But still it's gonna take discipline, man. It's gonna take discipline to do that. Yeah, man, some of these people are cheating, Shady. I don't want to say who's cheating. I don't know who's cheating. But yeah, man, people cheat. Solar in the building said, facts, Fanon. A lot of my favorite fighters like Charlo Twins and Adrian Brawner, even Spence to a certain degree, lack discipline in staying in boxing for the long haul. Yeah, you got to have a lot of discipline, man. You got to have a lot of discipline. David Benavidez is somebody that had discipline issues, but ultimately handled his discipline issues, and he's in a great position right now. Marvelous Marvin Hagler starred in Sergeant Indigo, Indio in 1989. Hey, man, I know. Hey, man, look, bro. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, bro, put the ball head on the map. So I fucks with him because he put the bald head on the map, dog. Bald head, bald head, bald head. He put the bald head on the map. Wow, man. Wow, man. It's dry out here, man. I wonder why it's so dry out here, man. Did I over dry the market? Did I overdo it? When I got y'all under these things, bro? Did I overdo it? Did I overdo it? Did I drain the swamp on y'all clowns? For real, bro. There ain't even no trolls. Let me tell you how unpopular it is. It's not unpopular. Look, man. You guys want to make believe that these fights are big fights so you can justify the money that you're paying these people. But in the process of hyping up all these fights that you know damn well are not going to earn any actual money, you are depressing the actual markets of fights that fighters are actually, you know, where people actually want to see these fights, man. I'm just telling you, I'm going to grind through. Don't worry about this. I'm going to grind through, bro. I'm here. I've already told people I'm here for the long haul, bro. I'm here for the long haul, bro. Whatever we got to talk about is whatever we got to talk about, bro. But I just want to know, bro, did we drain the swamp, dog? Did we drain the swamp? You're not out here pushing Turkey al-Sheikh no more. You know what I mean? He said, nah, we keep pushing. We enjoy your content and insight. No, don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. But I want to know, bro, is anybody really excited? Yeah, man, get the lights up. Is anybody really excited, truly and really excited about the fights that we have coming up? What fight would really get you truly excited, right? What fights are the people, not the fake YouTube streets, but what fights are the real YouTube streets calling for? What are the real people calling for? Not what are the bots calling for, not what are the industry plants calling for, not, oh, let me switch up and fly because this is the way I can get paid off the fact that people were watching me. How can we get back to any type of fight that is organically grown, bro? Hey, man, you are the first and only. Thank you, bro. Just got on and had to send some love. Peace. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'm grinding today, bro. We grind today. Ghost in Africa. Man, let me tell you what the big fight was. Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. That was a fight that people were actually calling for. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. That was fights that people were calling for. Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. That's people were actually calling for that. They were actually calling for those fights. I don't remember anybody actually ever calling for a Monster Inoue fight. I've never heard anybody call for a Monster Inoue fight outside of the Boxing Writers Association of America. Never. 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 I've heard people call for David Benavidez fights. You know what I mean? I know that people wanted David Benavidez Canelo. I'm saying I've never heard anybody call for a Bam fight. I've never heard anybody call for a Devin. I mean, honestly, man, I heard people call for a Devin Haney fight. I've heard people call for a Devin Haney fight. I've heard them call for a Devin Haney fight. There are fights that Devin Haney can be in. But Keyshawn Davis thinks Devin Haney is his big fight. There's a lot of mediocre-ass fights. That's all I can say. Charlo versus Boots or Ortiz. Man, let me tell you. Errol versus Boots would be so huge. Errol versus Virgil Ortiz would be big. Errol versus Virgil Ortiz would be big. But part of the crisis is you have to actually convince people like these British people that have so much say-so over American boxing now. There's never been a point in time when British interest weighed more heavily into the decisions about what's going to be made in America. You have Eddie Hearn controlling much of the American talent. A Brit is controlling most of the American market and has absolutely no idea how to put together any fights inside of the American market. It's just very interesting stuff going on, man. It really is. Bam and I say, what is this? Rolando Ray said, Bam and Inoue would be huge, or Ortiz boots. Oh yeah, for sure. Bam and Inoue, I would get up in the morning for Bam and Inoue. For Bam and Inoue, I would wake up early in the morning for Inoue. My problem at Inoue, there's not a lot of time left for Monster Inoue. And what's Monster Inoue at? Isn't he at 126? Bam is at 115. I don't know if Bam's going to get all the way up there. Ralph Chestnut in the building said, you know me, Fanon. I'm just waiting to see all of these new and fresh and upcoming fighters in this era are going to be, as well as present ones right now. It's going to be interesting, just my take. Yeah, we're going to ride through it. I'm going to ride through it. I'm going to ride through it for sure. Yeah, I don't think he can get all the way up there. Thomas Hill said, great show yesterday, Martin. That shit was refreshing. Yeah, man, but it got the video got demonetized. The video got demonetized because and honestly, I have to tell you something. The video got demonetized, and it was good that it got demonetized because, truth be told, I said some pretty hateful shit. You know what I mean? And I'm a little bit embarrassed that I said something so hateful. I'm trying to get better, man. I'm trying to put my demons to rest, man. You know, I'm trying to rest my demons. And let me not say that. I'm not trying to put my demons to rest because I fuck with my demons. That said, I want to let my demons rest. I am tired of getting mad at Blue Blood and Ray Davis and all those guys. Seriously, it was a very big disappointment to me that sits on my head, sits on my shoulder, because I feel a lot of disappointment and, you know, animosity. I really do, because I'm not the nicest person in the world, and I don't really appreciate people taking advantage of me. You know what I mean? I don't take kindly to people taking advantage of me. So I lashed out and said some things about these guys that I shouldn't have said. Yeah. No, it didn't get kicked off. You can go see it. Yeah, it was a lit live. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun live. But some things you say, you know, you shouldn't say. Now, the stuff that I said about Gervonta Davis, look, bro, I mean it about Gervonta. I mean everything that I said about Gervonta yesterday. Everything that I said. He said, be able to control your demons, not let them rest. They are part of you. No, I'm going to let them rest. I got to chill out on them motherfuckers, man. Hey, Barbary said, yeah, Martin, I can understand your disappointment. Yeah, it's very disappointing. It's like these guys went out of their way to let me know that I can't trust people. You know what I mean? It's like you went out of your way to let me know I can't trust people. I didn't seek you guys out. You sought me out. Shit was crazy, man. And it was not a good situation, bro. But I can't let that shit make me say things about other people that I don't mean, bro. I got cousins that are, you know, look, bro, I got friends that like me, yeah. I didn't want to say the word because I don't want to say the word on YouTube. I've got friends that like men. Just because they're my friends don't mean that I'm one of them. That at the same time, man, doesn't mean I don't have any hate for them dudes at all. I really do not. But sometimes, man, some of y'all Negroes, y'all get aggressively trying to hit on dudes. Man, don't hit on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't be mad that I don't want you. And at the same time, bro, beat it, bro. You know what I mean? That's all I mean. Martin, I believe you are part of the upper level of families. With that being, let me see. Martin, I believe you are part of the upper level of families. With that being said, you are the most humble, upper class folk I've ever met. Bro, look, shit, everybody's 6 feet off the ground, dog. Everybody is 6 feet off the ground. I'm 6 feet off the ground. Trust me, bro. I'm 6 feet off the ground like everybody else, dog. You standing on the ground. You get the same problems everybody else gets. You get the same challenges. Right now in life, bro, it's challenging right now, bro. My life right now is very challenging. And the challenge is for me to enjoy it and for me to be appreciative, but at the same time for me to continue to force through with my dream, bro, which is this boxing channel, man. This boxing channel is the love of my life, man. It's the love of my life, bro. I've never been happier doing anything in my life than I'm doing than what I'm doing right now, bro. Somebody could offer me twice the money to go back doing what I was doing before, and I know that it would be a lot of money, but I'd be like, man, it's not going to make me anywhere near as happy as what I'm doing right now, you know? So, man, yeah, I could feel a lot of disappointment for the joy that gets stolen from me by people that are just opportunistic. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, but at the same time, I don't want to like let that take my negativity and let me be negative towards the thing that I really do love, which is helping boxers, bro. You know what I mean? Which is really, seriously, man, I think I can help you boxers. And I started off by helping boxers by giving them little contract advice, information here. And then all of a sudden, everybody becomes like a contract expert. Everybody's out here trying and doing all these wild ass shit, all this bullshit, man. But at the same time, bro, I got to come back. You know what I mean? Martin, enjoy your life, man, because we don't live a long time. I know, man, it's almost up. I'm about to be 60. Shit, I got 3 more years and I'm 60. You know, 3 more years and I'm 60. That shit is real, man. It's getting real. It's always was real because I always thought I could die. But now, man, it's like, look, bro, I'm 60 years old. I'm not trying to reinvent my fucking self. I enjoy what I'm doing, bro. I don't want to sell out. You niggas is a bunch of sellouts. I don't want to sell out. But at the same time, bro, dog, we got to make some shit change in this sport, man. Seriously, bro. Guys like you guys are doing a disservice to the sport of boxing, man. The YouTube content creators, you guys are doing your fake shit is really doing a disservice to the sport of boxing, especially you guys that go around with your programs to attack everybody. I'm not talking about just everybody just doing videos and competing. I'm talking about your asses lying on fighters, making the whole lying on people so you can have the best headline of the day, getting in the middle of fights. All you really care about is getting your money on the back end through blocking fights or considering or acting like you're some big voice in the boxing community. My God, you guys are destroying this shit, man. This used to be a really good place to talk boxing. Now it's a good place to get influenced. You know, it's a good place to get influenced. You know? So I feel a lot of disappointment in you guys. A lot of disappointment. Exactly. Vultures killing people's reputation so they can feed off. Yeah, man, like God dog, man. You know what I mean? Causing people difficulties. You a real one. The problem, we have to compromise our upbringing to fit in this new era of men. We stand on business and keep doing you family. Oh, for sure. Man, YouTube ain't falling off. YouTube is the same thing. Man, look, let me tell you something, bro. YouTube ain't falling off. YouTube is not falling off. What's happening is you niggas running these damn schemes on YouTube are falling off. Fuck out of here. YouTube is very consistent. They pay the same money per views as they always have. No, the issue with boxing, because boxing is a niche. Boxing is a niche sport. It is not some shit where you got to have, it's where people talk about boxing. Where is boxing popping? Where is boxing popping off at? But maybe YouTube is falling off. I can't speak on it. Grand Rising. Hey, what up, Flawless Mentality? Grand Rising's blessings to the God Fanon, my Chi-Town brother of Elevation fam, and the gods and goddesses of the always solid international boxing fan. Jermel said, my family is on a car accident. He said he's payout is half of what he used to be. Same. Nah. My homie does car content. He says his payout is half of what he used to be. Same views. Nah, that's not my experience. If I got the same views, it's the same money. No, that's not been my experience. Thank God. If you're talking about CPM, that's not been mine. Maybe the CPM and different things have gone, but no, it's not. It's the amount of people watching for me. It's not the amount of. And honestly, man, I got to say, I'm really blessed. My channel is still doing well. To be honest with you, I feel very good about my channel. It's doing very, very well. Considering the fact that there's not a lot of boxing going on, I consider myself extraordinarily blessed, bro. You know what I mean? So, like, don't get me wrong. My channel is doing really well. I feel extraordinarily blessed. Right now, it's not overflowing. You know what I mean? It's not like bubbling and blowing over with shit, but it's still doing well. I feel very, very blessed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? God has been very, very good to me, bro. He said, what is that, Thomas Hill? You have a lot of YouTube scammers. These people will do anything for a buck. No integrity. Oh, no doubt, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Oh, my God. I'm so. Yes, for sure, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. Yeah, no, I got the same amount of views roughly for what's going on. It just peaks when there's boxing events. Gotcha, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Zachariah said, I'm not going to lie. The biggest disappointment in the boxing talk is LDBC. They started as a foundation. Now I'm not sub to any of them. Yeah, y'all want to start a boxing movement? We can start a box. Let's start a new boxing movement. He said, yeah, I'm not going to lie. The biggest disappointment in boxing talk is the LDBC. They started as a foundation, and now I'm not sub to any of them. Yeah, that's a huge disappointment, bro. Bill Haney bought them niggas out, man. That shit was, it is what it is, bro. It was never what it was supposed to be, bro. I really was fucking with a certain content creators until they started catching them lying all the time. I mean, look, bro, it is what it is. When people want to be in like, it is, let me tell you something, man. On the real, share the channel, tell people to come fuck with us. And man, we having really good conversations. On the real. You know what we talked about yesterday on a boxing channel, bro, that people have not talked about ever? They didn't give on this boxing channel. We talked very positively about Gervonta Davis, and we were very encouraging of Gervonta Davis. I think that is a beautiful thing going on in the sport of boxing right now. I think a lot of the negativity, if we focus a lot on, continue to focus on the negativity, then, things are not going to be as good as they should be because people don't want to hear about that shit all the time, And honestly, bro, I really wish Terrence Crawford was still fighting. I wish Terrence Crawford had not decided that he was going to retire. I wish that he would have been rematch Canelo Alvarez. I think the loss also, there's a big loss in Terrence Crawford, bro. Terrence Crawford was a big, don't worry about it, Troy Hutch. If you don't know what it was, it's dead. Troy Hutch, if you don't know what it is, it's dead, bro. Jose Lopez said, I ain't gonna lie, I hated the LDBC. You were probably right. Well, guess what, dog? You were probably right about it. There's a lot of people that are over here now that never fuck with the LDBC. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. That shit was I had a good time hanging out with those guys, man. I really did. I really had a good time, bro. I thought it was wonderful conversations, dog. There was like 5 or 6 channels or 10 channels. Everybody went on the channels. Everybody got along with each other. But then guess what? All of a sudden, everybody wanted to start arguing and lying. Niggas just started lying, like out of like rugs, bro. Like, dog, no joke. Them New York niggas just started lying. Like, god dang, man. LBC was black folk focus on up and black folks, black as many. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. I think that's fair. All I'm saying is, look, bro, I thought they were good folk. I still think a lot of the dudes were good folk. But no joke, bro. It ain't what it used to be because of the fact that they got it. Well, that's what happens to all movements that are black. People start the movement for the purpose of the movement getting co-opted. If you start a movement, the movement is going to get co-opted. If you start a hashtag, that hashtag is going to get co-opted. If you start something they call foundational Black Americans, that shit's going to get co-opted. If you talk about Pan-Africanism and you start the idea of Pan-Africanism, that's going to get co-opted. That is what they do. Do I have a paid membership? Yeah, you can join the channel for $5 a month. Yeah, join the channel. Please do. Jeep Red Boy is a channel member. I would have loved it if y'all would join the channel. If you're not going to support in the super chat, please support the channel. You know what I mean? Yeah, the movement is now tainted. Yeah, but it happens in every movement. That's why I don't want to start one. Man, Barbara D, every time somebody starts getting, and I'm going to be very honest, anytime somebody tries to start getting too close to me, anybody that starts trying to repeat the same things that I say and try to appeal like to the same, I get very cautious. I get very cautious because you're trying to co-opt me. That's that shit with Southpaw. Southpaw came by my channel. I never asked Southpaw to come by the channel. Southpaw started acting like he was my friend, and then what happens? Eventually, like clockwork, he has a mysterious issue with me, right? Because so now the people that were cool with Southpaw, that are cool with me, now they have to choose, oh, am I going to be cool with Southpaw or am I going to be cool with him? That's what happened with Queen Vaughn, that horse shit. Like all of a sudden, I'm cool with Queen Vaughn. Don't know who the fuck Southpaw is for shit. Southpaw starts coming on my channel. I don't ever have any arguments with him, never said anything bad about the dude. All of a sudden, they start doing videos together, and neither one of them come by the channel anymore. And I hear that they got beef with me. Dog, every time you associate yourself with somebody, there's always the opportunity that you can be co-opted, and then all of a sudden, people have to choose. In this case, I'm saying Queen Vaughn, who I've never had a fucking problem with. If she wants to be cool with Southpaw, then oh, she can't come by here, bro. You know what I mean? It's like whenever you start a movement, it gets co-opted. That's why I'm such a big fan of Neely Fuller Jr. Neely Fuller Jr. is like, bro, to minimize contact, minimize conflict, minimize contact. I have no fucking idea. But you know you've not seen them in months. Because I don't know what that is. Hey, man, I got major mental problems. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's always like that. It's like you got to pick a side. We going to ride together. Come on, man, I'm going to help you. But don't go over there. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, that was hella disappointing. I had to unsub. It's like, because that's why I'm telling you, you can't have movements. You can't have movements. Because anytime you are moving around too much, vultures see you and vultures start hanging on you, bro. So nah, man, you can't have movements. And that's why I'm going to very rarely, first of all, everybody that wanted to suck life off me already did it. She's supposed to be a PG. Let me tell you something, man. I'm not saying she didn't say anything about me that I know of. I just know I've not seen her. And that's all I have to know. Because she's good people. All I know is that's why I've never seen her. Haven't seen her. Ever since that nigga wanted to tell me she was a strong black queen. I ask her if she's black. This nigga answers and says she's a strong black queen. And I'm like, bro, you're not even black to be telling me that she's black. I know she's black. I'm just trying to get her to say it. You think I don't know black people? Anyway, he's a good dude for all I know of him. She's a good person for all I know of them. I just bring up the subject to be like, man, you know what I mean? Dapper Douglas said, I still got love for some of them. I respect fight fan, though. True Boxing Talk was my go-to every morning, following Fanon and so on. Yeah, I mean, Black Fight Fan TV was cool because he got the fuck up and out of Dodge. Like, seriously, they got out of Dodge. I can respect cats that got out of Dodge. You know what I mean? Because it was a really ridiculous shit, bro. A bunch of street dudes that wanted to pull street shit, and dog, the street niggas got their ass whooped. You know what I mean? And I feel very bad for having to whoop street niggas' asses like that. But you niggas need to understand, bro. Y'all need to understand. Y'all street dudes ain't running shit. That's why you in the street. Okay? You're not running nothing. That's why you're in the street. Okay? You can start with the fact that you in the street, meaning you're not running anything. Because the people that are running it are not in the street. But no worries, dog. We'll meet you in the street since you want to be in the streets. Very easy to get you niggas with helicopters and everything. Hey, the Cardenas, Bernie seeing his purpose and validity waning away because of, as a team, have been a great, what is this? Whoa, what is this? Bernie seeing his purpose and validity waning away because they as a team, having been great to the other fighters in the camp, only the snacktistic wonder. Look, bro. Oh, you talking about Keyshawn Davis walking up out of there? Look, man, they're going to have a hard time surviving as a camp without Terrence Crawford because they're in the middle of, and without Top Rank. They're going to have a hard time. B&B Boxing is going to suffer because who's going to give them contracts? Who's going to help? Who's going to help them? I'm telling you, all you sellouts are going to need to come back, and it's not going to work for you. All you sellouts are going to have to come back. You know what I'm saying? All you sellouts are going to have to come back. Yeah, okay, now I get it. Y'all all back in the building. So is it time for me to apologize again? Yes. So look, I would like to talk to all of the people that are in the chat, that come by the chat, and it's not your business. All of the people that are men that like other men, dude, I apologize for going off and insulting y'all like that. I only insulted y'all because there's certain members of your community that are getting on my damn nerves. And so I had to go in on them and I had to talk bad about them because on the real, some of these dudes be running around starting a lot of shit all the time, bro. And these motherfuckers they on my ass and they on my ass because they like it or something. And I'm telling these niggas need to get the fuck away from me, bro. Okay? So I just want to apologize to the people that are just good, solid dudes, solid human beings. Forgive me for talking that bad about y'all at the end of that live stream because on God, I don't have that hate in my heart. I really do not. I mean it. I don't have that hate in my heart. However, there are people, members of your community that are harassing me. Okay? They are harassing me. Whatever justification they're giving me for harassing me, I don't care about the justification. All I know is that they are harassing me, and literally they come by my live stream. They put pictures of men's genitalia in my live streams. They put all kind of shit out there about, you know, they lie about me and say that I've been with this person and that I wanted to be all of that bullshit that they do in their community. They want to put me in that community. I'm not in that community. I want them motherfuckers to leave me the fuck alone. Hey, man, now today is a day that I'm happy to see something. Shout out to my boy, Paul Carrick. What's up, Paul? I hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you doing well, Paul. Good to see you, man. Because I see you, that means you're doing well, bro. Yeah, bro. So seriously, man, I don't want to spread any hate to people for real, for real, for real. I don't have that hate in my heart, bro. And about that community, I really do not. And I don't want you to think that I do. It's just certain. I said that shit because I was mad as hell. I was seriously, man, I was talking about some shit that I really enjoyed, man. Like, seriously, bro. I was in a conversation where I really felt like I was really sharing something of value. And then this dude comes by with that bullshit, and I just snapped on him. You know what I mean? Because, dog, and so I apologize, man. Please, I apologize. You know, I apologize. I apologize. Hey, Paul Carrick said, just working and glad for it. Oh, hell yeah. Man, let me tell you something. I'm so happy to have this channel. Thank God for this channel. Thank God for my YouTube audience. I appreciate you guys more than you can ever understand or know. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. And in so many ways, thank you for being an outlet for me. For being an outlet for me, for being an ear for me. Thank you. Anyway, I'm glad that you're working, brother. And thank you to all the boxers. Terrence Crawford, thank you to for all the bullshit, bro. You got the Kanye demon in you? You got the Kanye demon in you, bro? No, I do not have a Kanye demon in me. I do not have Kanye's demon in me. Kanye's alive. Me and Kanye have a lot in common, though. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, bro, you niggas need to back off because the people involved in the movement are the problem. The people that are identifying and speaking for you as a group and that's the problem. Shout out to the brother so great. I had to do a second take. Salute to the Dr. Mark Stearns of of Flawless Elevation. Oh my God, Martin, read right. Shout out to a brother so great. I had to do a second take. Salute to Dr. Mark Stearns of Flawless Mentality, Elevation, Blessings, great brother. Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. I feel like it's better, man. I feel better now. Yeah, you got some new fragrances. You got some fragrances. Man, definitely follow Dapper Douglas for the fragrances, man. But look, man, what's today? Tuesday or Wednesday? I got a meeting when do I have a meeting? At 1, I think. I got a meeting at 1. Hold on. What's today? Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I got a meeting at 1 and I got to take the car. Then I have to take the car somewhere. So yeah. Anyway, man, shout out to the brother. So great. Yeah, man. Anyway, man. So let's get back on that, man. This is my conspiracy theory. I want to share it. Like and subscribe, man. Please like and subscribe to Dapper Douglas. Look, man, I want to have my theory. I have my theory here, okay? I have my theory here. Man, Bill Haney, you guys are running out of money, aren't you? Bill, your ass is up again. Your ass is grass, ain't it, Bill? I know that it is, Bill. See, you under a lot of pressure, Bill, because you done bit off more than you can chew. Yeah, it is. You done bit off more than you can chew. Turkey al-Sheikh, you bit off more than you can chew. Yeah, you did. You guys spent all the money buying up the YouTube algorithm, and now you got the YouTube algorithm all fucked up. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You got the algorithm all fucked up. You got you had content creators that you were working with. Now they don't have any credibility. You guys, I mean, seriously, man, you realize how many content creators no longer have any credibility because they are either outed as snitches. Yes, Dapper Douglas for sure. Let me get you. Dapper Douglas. Somebody told somebody not to give people wrenches for bad reason. Like, seriously, man, you done fucked up everything because none of your these content creators don't have any credibility anymore. You burned up their credibility. And now they're just doing what they're doing, collecting paychecks that do not move the needle at all. You basically have a marketing mechanism now that doesn't work because you're just trying to trick people, really. And now that the money is dry, you actually have to be able to sell fights to people. And basically, you have this echo chamber that was never really selling anything. It was just justifying you taking the money from somebody. Now that that money is gone, you're going to have to switch up and actually get and start dealing with selling boxing events, okay? Which you're going to have people like you, and you're going to have credibility. And now you guys have already thrown that to the wayside. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So what I'm going to offer you, Bill, is you guys can start botting good channels. Okay? Start supporting channels just for what they say. Okay? Support them just for what they say and help them grow their credibility. But they've got to be honest people who can really be able to convince people of what they see. You'll never be able to pull that off, bro, because again, your credibility is gone. Oh, okay, link for sure. Y'all make me work, bro. I'm still working, though. I'm still working. I'm still working. Still grinding. There you go, man. Ariana in the building. Go ahead, man. There you go. What's your theory? Because I think these niggas is broke. What's going on, man?
Good morning. Good morning. Happy hating.
Hey, man. Happy hating, man.
So here's my theory on this whole thing, man. 'Cause, like Shakur and Teofimo, like being real, that is a fight. A lot of people, not just boxing but casuals, should be excited for because I mean it's Teofimo, one of today's current or what used to be current four kings, and Shakur Stevenson, who a lot of people feel is number one pound for pound now in the 135, 140 division around there. This should be something that people are excited for. But look how minuscule the promotion for that fight has been. Like, where's all the promos? They can't get no commercial like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. They can't get no commercial like Devin and Ryan, even though Devin and Ryan wasn't going to fight. they, they made a promo for Devin and Ryan against each other to sell their fights with Ramirez and Ryan's fight with Rolly, right? My theory is this. They're trying to teach these guys two things. One, something I've been saying for a minute, big on paper does not equal big in the bank. Number two, y'all can't keep on asking for money that you're not generating. And this is going to show them. Because I feel like, shoot, they can't pay for promotion because they spent so much money paying the fighters because they're trying to make those guarantees on what the fighters is asking for. Now, you know how Teofimo is. You know how Shakur is. Like, being for real, they should be getting paid more. You know, if you look at what they've been accomplishing at the same time, though, we see the way they fight. And we see they're not people that everyone's going to be jumping to go up and watch. You know, like, shoot, I don't hear about Shakur and Teofimo anytime I hit up the barber shop. I don't hear about them at any of the boxing gyms that I be going to. They don't give a damn about Teofimo and Shakur. Like shit. We had some people in our gym that was actually excited about Devin Haney for a minute, you know? Like I mean I wasn't, but I mean shit, we had that. Like these are two guys where Shakur, he going into his fourth division. Teofimo, you know, he's beaten the man at 135 and 140, you know, with Teofimo and not Teofimo, but Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. So on paper, this looks like something where a lot of people should be, you know, like flooding the gates to try to get into the fight and hype to see if it's on pay-per-view. But like, sure, we know what they doing with their whole pay-per-view plan now. They done changed that up to where you got to have who knows how many different subscriptions and sign-ups and all this and that. And We also seen how they doing with their ticket sales. So for me, I'm like I said, my theory is they trying to teach fighters those two things. Stop asking for what you're not generating because it's not going to be there since fans equal money. And number two, big on paper don't always mean big in the bank. That's what I feel it is. I feel like this is going to be like a lesson. Maybe it might be unintentional, but I feel like that's the lesson they about to learn.
I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Are
What
you
lesson?
good?
What lesson are they about to learn?
That if they want to keep on making the money they're asking for, they got to bring in fans, and that bigger on paper don't mean it's going to be big in the bank. Because
Hey,
like,
bro, I'm gonna hate to break it to these dudes. Dog, they just gonna start wind up just not being able to make this money. Because these dudes are gutting this shit so fucking bad with this stupid ass move. The money's just not gonna be there at all. Because these dudes can't sell no fights. I mean, they just can't. They trying to copy Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s plat. They trying to do anything. They just not organic, bro. Like,
nope.
it's just not organic, bro. It's
And
just
all the
not.
money they could have used on promotion, that's what they're using to pay the fighters. And should they wondering why they don't have bigger names on the card? Like, well, shoot, how they gonna afford to pay those bigger names? They got to pay Teofimo and Shakur, and they're gonna be asking for money. So, like, I'm surprised that they even have some of the people they got on the undercard just because. Like, they must be, like, man, let me just get on here so hopefully I can be seen. But like, shoot, they got minimal promotion, and then the undercard ain't really that great for how great this fight should be. But that's that. I mean, it is what it is. If they would have marketed themselves properly, like I said, I feel they dropped the ball on Teofimo after he beat Lomachenko. His second chance was after beating Josh Taylor, and they just didn't push him. Shakur, and that's the same thing as Devin, over promise, under deliver. And people been tired of him saying for the last 5 years, oh man, this is my year. I'm gonna show people they ain't never seen nothing, something they ain't seen before. I'm really gonna show y'all how great I am. That after each fight, man, I'm sorry. I wasn't at my best. My hands was hurt. I'm really gonna show y'all I'm great next time. And it just get to a point where it's like, yo, like if you ain't gonna put it out, then shut the hell up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. These dudes, they all got that same line with just saying they're the greatest. I'm 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 the greatest ever touched it. I'm the greatest. They all repeat the same shit, bro. Like from Clarissa Shields to Terrence Crawford to Shakur Stevenson to Keyshawn Davis. They just keep repeating that shit that they're the greatest. Nobody can ever touch them. I'm the best fighter that there is in the world. And then they don't put the shit. I mean, Terrence kind of puts the shit out there, but Clarissa don't really. Clarissa, it is what it is. She's whooping everybody. But
yeah,
Shakur, yeah, you don't look like the greatest to ever walk around. And
nope.
same thing with Keyshawn, bro. You missed weight by 4 pounds, bro, and don't seem very focused. So, yeah,
At
I
all.
don't get all of that shit. They trying to speak it into existence, though.
Oh yeah, they definitely trying that. But man, like you would have thought that after 5 years of trying, Shakur would realize, man, let me go ahead and just do it out there. So Shakur about to be the next one trying to call in anonymous on a YouTube channel to clear his name, the way Clarissa was doing over the weekend. So that and they all follow that same script. They all follow that same script. That's why I've been calling them the Bud Buddies because you remember it was a little bit after Shakur came on your channel with Coach Kelly. I was saying like Shakur is starting to seem real Haney-ish to me because he was doing a lot of the same stuff that Devin was doing, and now we seeing it. So yeah, like I feel like before long we're gonna have him, coming up on a channel anonymous, and he gonna think people don't recognize his voice, but now I recognize his cadence. I recognize how he be talking, and I see how he take that long pause, like whenever he's saying something. Go back and watch his interviews. He'll say and then it's like he space out. Like it's like when you watching a video and it got a buffer because it ain't got enough download speed to go ahead and get that information to you. Like when you
Yeah,
hear him say, he start buffering, and that's when he coming up with a lie. Because every time he say that, you could go back and check what he's saying and find out, nah, that ain't the truth, bro. So I broke it down in this video I did. I'm a King of Hating channel. I'm gonna send it to you. But like Man, this is that same nonsense that we see. I thought Keyshawn was wising up, but nah, he ain't wise up. And I seen the way he been talking since he came back. It's like, yep, the DB3, the DB stands for down bad because all three of them ain't doing too well. All three of them ain't doing too well. We seen what Albright did to one of the brothers, and so they had to jump him for it. And now we see Keyshawn coming back talking about he knew and all this and that. Like, nah, bro, this ain't the way. This ain't the way. So yeah, I'm to an extent, I'm looking forward to next week because we get to see Teofimo and Shakur fight, and like just the fact that they fight, that's cool. But as far as what the entertainment value with the fight is, and we know that shit gonna be dog water. We know this. So shoot, I ain't looking at it as much more than yay. We getting the fight that we supposed to get. I think this the first time that we could say Turkey has done that for us, for real, for real. You know what I mean? Ain't it?
I don't know, man. Is this a turkey fight?
Yeah, like I think he the one who. Well, I know he involved with the Barrios and Garcia. 'Cause he the one who like made some announcement about it. But I'm pretty sure this is another Turkey fight too. So we'll see
Mm.
how that goes. And they ain't gonna be able to put on no concert like the previous fights. They're gonna get that rapper that's been selling his demo out the trunk for like 15 years and ain't made it. He gonna be the main attraction, and then they're gonna go ahead and have everyone do what they do. They might. I forget where the fight is. They might. It's at Barclays, ain't it? So maybe they'll have like another firefighter and a cop fight, or maybe they'll go
No,
ahead
you
and get
talking
like
about the Teofimo shit?
yeah.
No, that's in
And
Madison Square Garden.
for Madison Square Garden. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna go ahead and get like an EMS dude to fight like a Waffle House employee or something, and that's gonna be like one of the opening fights on the card. Then maybe Teofimo and Shakur can fight the winner of that. Depending on where things go. Hey, you seen the videos? Them Waffle House employees can throw down, man. They can throw down. I seen them throwing chairs. I seen a chick catch a chair with one hand without even looking, like somebody threw it across the restaurant at her. It was like Bruce Lee shit. So yeah,
Hey,
man.
yo, those girls will bro. Them Waffle House chicks be fighting, bro. Like, they
Hell
ain't fucking
yeah.
around.
Should they
Get
throw
your ass
down on
whooped
the
up in the
bed
Waffle House.
and on the floor? They be
I
throwing
see
down,
them.
man.
Hell
For
yeah, them
sure.
motherfuckers like they got bouncers back there. Them bros be bouncers back there on cooking them eggs, man. They ain't fucking around. Them niggas will
So
toss your ass up out of there, dog.
we crack eggs and skulls over here.
Hell yeah, man. You gotta be crazy working up because that's the drunk spot. That's the drunken high spot. Them niggas come up in there
Well,
drunk, eating food. After they be drunk, they be high up in that mug, man, eating that greasy ass food, man, greasy cheap food. Hell
yeah.
yeah, they'll bounce your ass up out of there, bro.
So, so
They
only
carrying, and they carrying.
oh
The
yeah.
chef got, the
Oh,
chef got the jammy on him.
you know. Hey, you say if you want things to get hot, we can make it hot.
Hey, that's why them shits be on. That's why them shits with them scenes where motherfuckers be going in there and try to shoot up the cafeteria. I'm like, that shit ain't realistic because everybody in that place working midnight got to have a gun on them, man. Them niggas is crazy. They'll keep some shit on them.
Oh yeah, without doubt. The
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I had for you was we finally see what the full boxing card is for this Friday with that Zufa card.
Raymond Murtala, yeah. Let me put it up. Hold on. I think I just saw it. It's boo boo as shit, but
I mean it's Zufa.
yeah, it is what it is. It's a Zufta fight. It's a Zufta level shit. Let me see what it is. I thought I reposted it, man. My reposting be slow as shit. Oh, my replies. I think the reposts are in replies. That's what that shit is. Damn, still don't see it.
Yeah, I seen they had 3 fights. I know Callum Walsh and Ocampo. I think Carlos Ocampo is supposed to be the main event. But see, my whole thing is it's like
No,
that's
not
on.
on. No, I thought you were talking about the Raymond Murtala fight this weekend.
Oh no, it's the one this Friday. The Zufa card gonna be on Friday.
The Zufa fight, Zufa is this Friday?
Yeah. There's that
Damn, they ain't
Callum one.
fucking around. They putting that shit on fast.
Yeah. And they say it's gonna be on Paramount Plus. But like my whole thing is like, shoot, they got a big UFC card on Saturday. Like I think it's what 324. UFC
Hmm.
324. They promoting both of them, and it's like, well, ain't really seen no promotion for that Colin Walsh fight either. So like, they got their first official fight that's going to be on Paramount Plus for boxing this Friday, and then they got Shakur and Teofimo next week, and then neither one of them got any promotion or buzz for it for it. I'm not seeing no promos. All I've seen is like the posters that they got like all the people who's supposed to be on the card. Like outside of that, I'm not seeing like the commercials. I'm not seeing like interviews. I figured they would have they didn't even do no press conferences for that one this Friday, I don't think. So I'm wondering what the press conference scene about to look like next week for Teofimo and Shakur. Like what's going on with them? And for me it's just like should they probably gonna have to find like a field somewhere. And I see the way that the weather be like, shoot, wouldn't it be something if it snowed next weekend? And they got them issues, man. Like I wonder if they're gonna have Batmobiles again to go ahead and get people up there to the fight ring. They're gonna have to have
Oh,
something to make it.
oh no, that shit was whack as fuck. But those dudes, I'm this year trying to be more positive, man. I can understand people wanting to be inventive, trying to do different things. But man, when you try to add value to a fight based off of like the all the extra stuff, like you're just putting more bells and whistles on the same shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if you put a fake ass, you take the muffler off of a fucking raggedy ass car and it sounds louder. It's still a raggedy ass car. So
Yeah,
it's shit, man. What's up, Thomas Hill?
Yeah, good morning to you for now. Hey,
What's
shout out
up,
to my
man?
man, King of Hayden, aka Phoenix the Assassin.
what's good? What's
I,
Yes,
good?
I just
sir.
wanted to come up here and corroborate what he started on. I mean, it's amazing how your boy Shakur, he had been indoctrinated into the four kings, right? So it was really five. And
That nigga
he's
ain't no
one of the
man.
people.
He shouldn't even be in that mug. But go ahead.
No, I agree with you because it should have been honestly, I don't believe any of them should have because the ones that should have repeated the original ones were the Tito Trinidads, the Ike Cortez, the Oscar De La Hoyas, and the Fernando Vargases, because they all fought one another, man, and it was great fights. But with that being the case, he definitely wasn't one of the original ones, but he's one that's been indoctrinated by the folk.
Short pause, real fast. None of them niggas had belts. When they had four kings, when the three kings in the 1980s, all of them were champions when they called them kings. All of them. All of them had won championships.
Okay.
And they called that shit retroactively because Kearns was already a welterweight champion. Obviously Duran was a longtime lightweight champion. And Marvelous Marvin Hagler was the king of the middleweight division. Devin Haney was never the king of shit when they were saying that. Ryan Garcia has never been the king of shit ever. Teofimo Lopez was never the king of the shit. It's only now, honestly, that these dudes really could even be talking about being in the situation as them. But I just wanted to do that for historical context, not to disagree with you. I just wanted to highlight.
No. It needed to be stated. It needed to be stated. I appreciate that because that is a factoid too. Unfortunately, like it's a lot of things that make this nomenclature not so actually accurate. But that being said, I mean, he had been indoctrinated by the folks. The people wanted him in there because I hate to say it, people want to see Tank down bad. So they're trying to figure out any way that they can get somebody in there that possibly can knock him off the perch. But this is a fight that is amongst two of those five people. This should be doing big numbers and this should be getting wide coverage. But there are few people, there are more people covering the fact that Tank is quote unquote Wesley Snipes and his time to turn himself in and have been on the run like a fugitive, more so than they are covering this fight, which seems to have been a pretty good card too. I was going to ask Phoenix what he thought about the card as in its entirety, because I don't see too many people covering it. Just like faithful boxing fans, like I know Just Do, he covers it. I'm gonna shout him out because he definitely covered it.
You talking about covering this fight right here?
Yeah, the one that's coming up next week, the TO and
Oh, because you can't get no views on that shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, I do content every day. Ain't no fucking views on that shit. Like, they don't give a fuck. I'm telling you. Like, I got more views on a video that I did about Deontay Wilder versus let me put it this way. I feel confident if I want to get views on a video, I will not do Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Because I mean, I do them, but those shits don't get no views. Teos don't get no fucking views. Shakur don't get no views. They don't. Clarissa, truth be told, Clarissa Shields is more interesting than them because Clarissa Shields at least has a market relatively to herself. Those guys are all a bunch of also rans. Between none of them have broken out of the box. Like, think of how many of these guys are all at the same level. Devin, Shakur, Keyshawn, Ryan. Who else is in that group of people doing all that shit? Rolly. All those guys are like low middle level attractions. They really are. The people who are the big attractions that have the big fan bases is the only one right now is Gervonta that has, and they have a more, and I'm being honest with you, you can get more views talking anything about Gervonta than you can get anything about Tio. So they're going to continue to speak negatively about him because they can get views off of him by talking bad about him. You can't even get views talking positively about fucking Devin Haney. It's just the truth. Like, that's why they don't want to do it. And the only time that these dudes are really going to get those big views on those guys is when Bill Haney and them niggas are buying views. So since these niggas is running out of money, they have to actually cover this shit and try to get views. That's what it looks like to me. No joke, bro, because I know full well when people are, at least I can speak at this part. I can speak on black people. I may not be able to speak about what Mexican people are amped up about, who, by the way, speak Spanish. The ones that are Mexican American that speak English, I'm fairly well understand them. They pretty much are watching everybody. And it's kind of evenly distributed between Mexican fighters. They'll watch black fighters, but really hardcore black fight fans are the hardest ones to engage with, but they're not tripping on Shakur. Black fight fans are not tripping on Devin. Matter of fact, they did more disservice to Devin than anything else because these niggas always want to attack Tank. That's why Tank was the one that everybody had to fight. This Tank is the one that has the black demographic, enough of it to always sell a fight. You know, so it's like they're playing make-believe for a long time, but now these motherfuckers have driven Gervonta's name down to the mud, and he's not fighting, so they can't actually shit on the fights that he's naming. Like, they can't shit on his next fight, right? So what are they going to do? They can't say, he needs to be fighting Devin, he needs to be fighting. They can't tie Devin to him. So all of their shit is fucked up. Like, seriously, man, these niggas, it's garbage. I've seen the whole thing play out. People went from like covering the fighters that everybody wanted to talk about to trying to guide everybody into talking about the fighters that they want them to talk about. So you would hear Ness, and I mean, seriously, whatever, honestly, at this point to everybody, no disrespect to you though. But if you say, man, why does everybody want to talk about Tank that don't nobody ever want to fight, but all y'all want to do is talk about Tank? Because that's who everybody wants to talk about. Like, I'm sorry. If like I did if I did an evaluation on like the big ebbs and flows of boxing, the biggest ebbs in boxing are going to be when there's a great black champion in America. I guarantee you, if YouTube was like YouTube was now and Mike Tyson was fighting, Mike Tyson would be the biggest thing, and there'd be a whole lot of conversation flying around Mike Tyson.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Same thing for Sugar Ray Leonard. Same thing was that way for Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then to a lesser extent was that way for Errol and Terrence and the Canelo. But never has it been that way with Canelo. But these boxing writers, this is my opinion, these boxing writers always want to be the ones to tell you who the best fighters are. And they're the ones that that fucking get behind tearing fighters' names down. It's no coincidence, in my personal opinion, that once the Boxing Writers Association of America started working with YouTube channels, that these hate campaigns just went to fucking overdrive. Like my own, and I can speak from personal experience because I have had personal campaigns against me. The same personal campaigns that were out there against Errol Spence were out there against me. Same ones, the same people doing anti-Gervonta Davis videos were doing anti-Fanon videos. You can see a whole shitload of anti-Fanon videos. And they always come around whenever there's a big fight or a big Black American fighter to try to big up, because these people don't want him to be big. They don't want Floyd to be in that situation. They want fucking they want Terrence Crawford, a dude that ain't never gonna talk about anything that's worth fucking listening to. I mean, like, seriously, I don't mean to say this as an insult, but dog, listen to what he actually talks about. Bro, that shit, he's not motivating anybody with his mind. You know what I mean? Even if you look at what the kind of the revolutionary tent that Mike Tyson had, at least he was giving you some shit to be like, damn, that dude is very anti-establishment. No, they want the guys that are going to be good old boys and do what said do. Do what they say do. And if you're not that person, they're going to hire people to attack you. And that's why, anyway, like I said, I don't see any of these movements doing shit.
Yeah, I believe.
Go ahead, man.
No. I just believe you were spot on. I believe everything you said is absolutely 100% accurate.
But you know what the problem is with all of those other fighters? All of them were free TV fighters through ESPN.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, none of them, Gervonta had that it factor, the fact that he is organically him. He is being who he is. He's not fronting for nobody. If he don't want to talk to the press, he don't talk to him. If he want to say something on IG, he'll say it. If he want to, you know what I mean? He do what he want to do. Even though they try to box him in that position where as though they want to have control of him, but he is still being who he is. And that's organic. And the fact that when he's in the ring, he's electric. When it comes to fighting, he puts on a show. So you are entertained. Even when the fight is not going and he can feel the crowd not into it, he will go ahead and take a chance or two in that ring and engage when he could just go ahead and do like a Shakur would do and just sit back and just stay 3 feet away and just jab all night long or do that fake ass Philly show. You know what I mean? He won't do that shit. He will go in there and engage and try to make the fight exciting for the fans. That's the reason why he has that draw and the story of his life. That's what makes him organic. And that's what draws our people to him. And that's what it draws other people in other communities. Mexicans love Tank. They love him. You know what I mean? And around the world, people love him. So that's what draws them into that. Shakur doesn't have that. Keyshawn doesn't have that. Devin doesn't have that. Even though Devin may have fought in different countries, he doesn't have that attraction. That's why when they go to draw, they don't draw because they're not appealing to their people or the people who are meant to come out and see that fight. If you're not drawing a crowd in, you're not making no money and you're not It's a wash. It's a wash. This man went from headlining on ESPN to being an undercard fighter. Now they trying to put him back on top, and you can see in the ticket sales that it's not interesting. Hey, there's nothing they could do to fix that. They could go ahead with Ring Magazine and put the hey pound for pound and all of that on them, but that's not. It's not going to work. They're not. He is a money pit. Keyshawn Davis is a money pit. All of them B-side boxing. Yeah. I almost
Yeah,
said the
they
word, but I'm trying to be on my Deion Sanders issues. Are money pits, man. They money pits. You could look at the cards they're on with Turkey and Saudi Arabia. You're not going to see how much they made over there, or the cards they put on in America, and he hasn't made a profit yet, and he won't make a profit because you have a situation where it's so wet. Eddie Hearn and Turkey Al Shiki Freaky. You have two people that do not understand the market that they're trying to appeal to in America to try to get people to come out to see those fights. Now, when you have that situation where their fighters can't draw, what else do they have to do? Go ahead and buy some YouTube channels and have them create bullshit stories and attack Tank on X and on YouTube. That's all you got right now. So you think by attacking Tank, that's going to bring them up? No, it's going to have the opposite effect. You also had these clowns clout chasing them. They try to bring people to watch their fights. But what happened is when the people go to watch their fight, they're going to turn away from it, and it is what it is. They still not going to appeal to them. Hey, that's just how it is. Plain and simple. It's just them. They not
I wanted to add
marketable.
on to that.
Oh, of course, I
I wanted
yield
to add
to the
on to that
king of
just
heat,
because,
king of hate.
yeah, because what you're saying is spot on, and like I think you all probably heard me say like like what you said about Tank being himself, the authenticity, and I think that's where a lot of them messed up because they're talking about be like Tank. But the thing is like it don't mean you got to get knockouts. I can just mean be authentic. And I'm just saying like they spent so much of their time, tying their names to his that they had no leg to stand on. Like we seen what happened like most recently with this with Floyd and Pacquiao, and that was different because it was just them two. It was just Floyd and Pacquiao. It wasn't like they had like a whole group of people that was in there at the same time. They got to try to basically cut through the weeds and find out what's what. It was just both of them, and we seen they had all them common opponents. We seen both of them was at the top, doing consistent with selling over 1 million in pay-per-view, and both of them was dominating the people they was fighting. Like Pacquiao was knocking them up, and then Floyd was leaving their faces battered and bruised and looking like amateurs because they couldn't touch him. So they was eating them right hands all night, and there wasn't no question about it because like the guys they was fighting, shoot, they were fighting other champions. They're fighting people who was in the top 10 and everything. Like, and even if they took time off, they would come back and fight whoever was highest ranked. They wouldn't talk about taking no tune-ups. I mean, like Floyd and Marquez, whatever you want to say about that. Shoot, Marquez was ranked number 2 pound for pound, right behind Pacquiao at the time after Floyd took that break, and they came back and fought him off that. Like Pacquiao, he might have taken time off, but he never came back and like took no tune-ups for people that would be considered tune-ups because like what Shakur tried to do with Joe Cordina or Devin Haney in his fight with Ramirez, right? They was taking people where it's like, yeah, these are ones that are at the top right now and they're being pushed. Now these guys, with all they've been doing, tying their name to Tank, it didn't really give them the opportunity to be themselves because they had to be seen as somebody who could, do what Tank is doing with his opponents. They had to be seen as somebody who would be the one to stop him. We've seen how that worked out for Devin when he fought Ryan. He found out the money fights hit different. And it goes back to something Dan Raphael said, even though they try to make it seem like it's not the case. that if it's fights that people actually want to see, and when you're fighting the top level, the money is going to be there. And say what you want, we see it. The money always seems to be there for Tank. And when you want to look at what Dan Raphael said about, actually taking them tough fights and the money being there, well, hey, we see that, and that's one thing that you could say, yeah, that shows that, oh, well, maybe Tank does have the better resume, because like when you look at Tank compared to them, me personally, more often, we haven't heard about anybody ducking Tank. They always saying Tank is ducking somebody, right? But then you look at all these other guys, Shakur, Devin, Keyshawn, all them. We say people are ducking them, right? So it's like, okay, if people are ducking you, then that means, okay, you're supposed to be maybe this great, or you a boogeyman or something. And if you take like some fight and it look easy, then it's like, okay, you fight overmatched competition. But if you're the person who's supposedly ducking, and you fight the person that people been saying you ducking, like with Ryan Garcia, people were saying Tank was ducking him for 3 years, since 2019 to whenever they finally fought. People were saying Tank was ducking Ryan. He ain't gonna take that fight because Ryan got them fast hands, and he's not gonna be somebody that Tank can just steamroll and knock out, because he has to worry about fire coming back at him. And then he took that fight, and look what they did in pay-per-view, right? And that's somebody he was supposedly ducking. So that created intrigue, because it's like, oh, he taking a tough fight. And well, like Dan Raphael said, tough fight equals money. And we see all these other guys, and well, have they been in any fights that we would consider tough, outside of Devin being confused against Lomachenko and getting his ass whooped by Ryan, and Shakur Stevenson, like the toughest fight he's had was what, and Teofimo, you could argue about Josh Taylor, even though that one looked easier than people might have expected. And then he had a competitive fight with Lomachenko. But even then, they still not doing those numbers, and it probably has to do with opposition, because they're looking at it like, yeah, this is gonna be a wash. This is gonna be a wash. And that's the way they're looking at it, and that's their problem. So they should have just stuck to promoting themselves instead of promoting how they can be better than Tank. Because that's where I think they fucked up at. If they would have, if Shakur Stevenson would have done what Andre Ward did, because Andre Ward, he didn't try to make himself out to be something he wasn't. He went ahead and talked about his boxing ability, how he ain't never lost a fight since he was 14, how he was the gold medalist at the Olympics, and how he can fight any type of style. He can box, he can make the fight ugly as hell. He could do everything. So like, but Shakur couldn't market himself based off his boxing skills versus who he beat up in sparring, which he doesn't talk about because he got integrity. Or Devin Haney, he couldn't talk about how he got dog in him, and that he's not going to give up, even though he could get beaten to the point that he got the dookie stains on his drawers and it's shown for the world to see. He's still going to get up and keep on trying. Like they couldn't market themselves like that. That would be more appealing than talking about, man, anything Tank can do, I can do better. Like that didn't work out. And now Keyshawn Davis, he done came back. He's like, yeah, he could have marketed himself as, what, I missed weight and that was embarrassing for me as a world champion, and I've been suspended because of marijuana. I want to go ahead and clean up my act and get right and refocus on the game. But now he back on interviews. Well, you know what? I sparred Tank. And even though before I said that he made me have to change up the entire way that I fight because I couldn't do nothing with him, I'm pretty sure I would knock him out if he fought for real. And that's why he been ducking me.
Hey, y'all, I got to roll up out here. Just let y'all know. I got to roll.
Man, I appreciate you, though, for bringing me up.
All right, Fanon.
All right, bro. Thank y'all for chopping it up, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on real quick. Dre's Finest in the Cash App, bro. Dre's Finest with $11 holler, brother. Thank you so much, man. He said I'm late, but I'm paying my tab. You dig? Thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all, man. All right, y'all.
All right, man. Peace and blessings.
All right, David. All right, King.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, y'all.
All right, man. Thanks for helping out during the grind, bro. For real. Thanks for helping out. All right, man. Get back. Yeah, man. Thanks for helping me out during the grind, bro. We pushed it this show. Thank y'all so much for talking with me. Thank y'all for the support, man. Y'all really carried the show today, so thank you. We'll be back tomorrow, man, and we'll be talking about something else, man. Thank you, Thomas. Thank y'all to all the loyal supporters, man, that make the channel go. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Have a wonderful, wonderful, and blessed day. And again, I apologize to anybody because I went over the line about, you know, that subject matter yesterday. I want to extend my apologies again to anybody that I offended other than Ray Davis. Ray Davis, fuck you. But other than that, I apologize to everybody else that I may have offended when I went over the top, because on the real, that's not what I think about people. If you have a relationship with a dude and you're a dude, man, have more power to you. Do what makes you happy. Female, do what makes y'all happy. Don't let me or anything that I said when I was mad make you feel bad or make you think I think any less of you or that anybody else should think any less of you. I apologize again from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to make sure that I do my absolute best not to lose my temper and fly off on somebody like that again. And with that, I'm out. He said, you good, Fanon. God said not to partake of the forgiven fruit. Yeah. You the man that makes black. Oh, thank you, bro. I just seriously, man, I don't want anybody to think that I'm prejudiced like that because I'm really not. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.